Welcome to Marketing Mistakes and How to Avoid Them. Join Stacy and learn from her 20 years of experience as she shares top-notch advice on marketing best practices for brands and walks you through how to leverage entertainment content and influencer partnerships to increase your brand's overall consumer engagement and, most importantly, your sales.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing Mistakes and How to Avoid Them. I'm Stacy Jones, and today I'm going to talk to you about some of the things you might not realize about product placement, celebrity endorsements, and influencers. I've lived in the world of branded entertainment for over 20 years now, and often forget that things that seem so natural to me as making sense aren't that well known outside of our industry, which means there is no way most clients or prospective clients likely have any insight into the mechanisms that make product placement, celebrity, and influencer partnerships actually work. What I forget is that our own team, when they begin to work with us, also learns, just like our clients, and what they have learned may prove valuable to you. In this podcast, I'm going to share some of what our own team members have learned from working at Hollywood Branded that will help entertainment and influencer marketing make more sense to you. So, for this podcast, I surveyed our own team members to find out what they didn't know before they started their careers working in influencer entertainment marketing, and what else they've learned since joining Hollywood Branded. Let's take a look at some of the things that they've told me. I had no idea about brands leveraging a promotion for exposure in a film, that the brand actually can get better exposure in the film if they will help market the film through their own media, retail, or packaging on the brand itself. And here's the deal. The studio actually benefits from the brand helping to advertise the film so that when the partnership's actually substantive enough and exposes the film to a lot of people, it's considered a really major benefit. And then the studio actually works harder to make sure the brand has great product placement exposure. Here's another one. I had no idea about network media buys being the only way to get on most TV shows, and consequently why that is. And the reason why is because the network doesn't want to, kind of make advertisers upset by having non-media buying brands getting exposure in shows and not having to pay the same rates as the bigger brands do. And in fact, the networks are so nervous about upsetting their big brand partners that they often close the door to a lot of money that they could be making. Here's another one. I had no idea that there was a system, even if kind of in general, of determining the effectiveness of placements or value. So our team's placement scorecard actually lets a brand track the results and see how much of an impact they make. Plus, they can use it to compare different campaigns to see what works the best for the brand. Everything we do has a metric to it. I had no idea what things cost. I feel like prices of things also was a surprise to me. That film is way more affordable than TV, and just what fees are in general for things. I've learned about cost per thousand pricing, how many impressions can be secured globally for a single product placement, and that brands who buy media should be saving some of those dollars to create product placement campaigns, because they're going to get a lot more engagement and actually be seen by a massive amount of people in comparison to that one ad spot. And y'all should know that a single ad running in primetime network TV can actually cost more than a single product placement in a show that lives forever. That's absolutely craziness. And if you look at a traditional product placement program, that single solitary TV spot that's running in nationally broadcast programming could actually be more than the cost of a full year of general trade-out product placement. And here's another. I had no idea about the negotiation process. I had no idea how much time went into negotiating a partnership for a brand and how much you can actually ask for. I thought pretty much what the production said would be all that they would be able to do. Yet our team keeps coming up with requests and building upon the ask, and at the end of the negotiations, the brand has the awesome partnership opportunity that didn't exist at all originally. And so this is so true. Everything that we go into, when we start having a conversation with a production, it's not outlined in a script that X, Y, and Z is going to happen. We get there through negotiations and conversations, and we talk about what the brand's looking for, talking about how it actually could make sense for the production, and it really is a dance to have the two parties come together for the perfect fit. And here's another. I had no idea how important having an inbound marketing program is for any business in today's age. Here's the deal. Our team gets so many business inquiries and clients from our blogs and the ebooks and materials we create to help people better understand the marketing potential our services offer. And it's absolutely amazing how many people read our blogs and listen to our podcasts. Inbound marketing works. They work for B2B brands. It works for B2C brands. It is the future of marketing. And it is all about branded content. It's about creating your own branded content or leveraging third parties' branded content. So we're a really big fan of inbound marketing. Here's another one. I had no idea how much brands need guarantees of performance. What that means here is that so many brands go with direct response instant sales strategies, but they leave the whole building a brand experience on the table. It's great that a Facebook ad campaign can generate immediate revenue. But as soon as you stop spending, that revenue stops too. Building a brand will keep consumers interested in purchasing even when they aren't looking at a buy now ad, and it's incredibly important to the backbone of any marketing program. Here's another. I had no idea what logistics went into product placement integrations and how many different components were included. Okay, so it goes well beyond take my money and put X product in the shot, and it proves to be a lot more complicated with multiple moving parts. It is totally nuts about how much goes into building out a single brand partnership. There's no media rate card on how much something costs. There's no contact list for who to talk to at a production. Everything is research and negotiation and leveraging relationships, leveraging money, leveraging against being able to expose the property to new people, or by leveraging bringing something to the table that the production can't easily get on their own. This is, again, figuring out how to get both parties at the same table and seeing the benefits of working with one another. And when you can do that, you have a fantastic partnership that's built. And another. I had no idea, in general, the behind-the-scenes work that goes into product placements and the different ways agencies like ours work with or on productions, such as hunting down prop masters, script reading, negotiations. It's a lot of work. When they say it's a lot of work, it is a tremendous amount of work. We often have people ask us, oh, well, can't you just, find a partnership for me, plop my brand into it, and then we'll pay based on your success of doing so. Well, the amount of work actually leading up to the negotiation, leading up to getting the opportunity for the brand is almost more than, if not more than, actually activating the partnership on the back end. So it takes so many things to be in place and a little bit of magic that is really quite a complicated process. Another is, I had no idea the effectiveness of social influencer marketing just in general. Well, the sales some of our clients have seen, or the cool content and massive engagement that they've gotten from our influencer campaigns is absolutely incredible. And we have case study after case study highlighting this. And influencer marketing works. Branded content works. All of these things help drive more awareness, and they do lead to sales. Here's another one. I had no idea and never knew or understood just how much of an asset agencies like ours are for brands when it comes to negotiating with productions, working with networks, and just having knowledge of the ins and outs of Hollywood. I just mentioned this, but it's a lot more complicated than having a product and tossing it at a TV network and just hoping that it's going to show up. It's a really specialized service taken for granted sometimes because we do things so seamlessly. We make it seem easy, and that's the benefit of working with our agency. It's not easy. And here's another one. I had no idea or ever really noticed how much product placement and integrations actually take place in TV, films, music, and events. Not until you're really trained to watch for product placement do you really notice the scale, aside from the very obvious placements. It's spellbinding, and the fact is, most of that exposure is secured without paying for it, strictly through relationships like our agency has for trade product placement. I honestly don't get why every brand out there doesn't do product placement. It's a no-brainer to me, and it should be part of every marketing plan. It's affordable. It can be something that can highlight products and branding in such ways that you'll never be able to actually afford the type of exposure it brings you. Plus, it's just so cool to be part of pop culture, and people really notice it when a brand is interwoven within content. When you look at social media sites like Reddit or Twitter, you'll actually see people commenting in a massive way about all the product placement that they've seen in different shows. And it's not negative. It's just call outs or comments or mentions, and sometimes it's negative if it's something that's over the top and not really organic. But most of the time it's, hey, what watch was so-and-so wearing? I really liked it. Where can I get it? Or, hey, did you see that? And fill in the blank. So, if our own team didn't know how effective product placement and influencer marketing is and how it actually works, obviously a lot of brand marketers don't either. Which is why we've spent so much time building materials that help explain the wonder world and magic of content and influencer partnerships. Stop by HollywoodBranded.com for more tips, and you'll also find our library, which has infographics, white papers, ebooks, and videos, or our blog.hollywoodbranded.com, which has hundreds of helpful hints on how to make brand influencer and entertainment content partnerships a success from the get-go. And visit learn.hollywoodbranded.com, where we've created a how-to learning platform for you to make an impact in your own business based on my over 20 years of experience. And it includes videos and transcripts and quizzes to make sure you truly understand the materials and can take massive action today for your own business. We've created 3 course options that will help your team better understand the landscape and get the most out of your time and money spent in the influencer and branded content and marketing space. That's it for this episode. I hope it was helpful, and please let me know if you have any feedback. I'll see you next week. And as always, if you need a little or a lot of help, my agency, Hollywood Branded, is here to lend a hand. If you'd leave a review or any questions I can address in the future, I'd really appreciate it, as your feedback helps me know my advice is valuable and interesting to you.
Are you ready to make the magic of product placement, celebrity event activations, or influencer partnerships help your sales? Visit HollywoodBranded.com to gain access to free content to learn which key tactics best fit your brand. You'll find surveys, webinars, daily blogs, ebooks, and guides, all created to make sure you have access to the best possible marketing practices. Let's make that entertainment marketing magic happen for you.